So what exactly is a VANS? Well, I'm glad you asked. VANS is a perk in Fallout 4 that puts a green line on the ground whenever you open VATS that shows you to your nearest quest objective. And it's largely considered to be the worst perk in the game. I think as a community, we might be a little unfair to VANS as a perk. After all, it is mostly designed for people who are unfamiliar with open world RPGs. So I wanted to test how good it could actually be by building an entire challenge run around the perk. The rules are simple. I'm setting out to beat the game without ever leaving the stinky green line provided by VANS. To increase my reliance on the perk, I'm also not allowing myself to take any other perks, and I have disabled my HUD. My objective for this run is to assign a letter grade to the VANS perk by the end of it. In order to do so, I'm starting it out at a B, and I will periodically jump in to adjust the grade as necessary depending on how the last segment of the questline went. So let's find out if you can beat Fallout 4 with only VANS. This is the guinea pig, hero of our tale, Vansessa. She's one half woman, one half van, and 100% mom. Since her husband very rudely overslept, she's about 200 years late in picking up her son Sean from soccer practice. I'm gonna go ahead and just skip over the intro since under normal circumstances there's no way you can take the VANS perk before leaving the vault anyway. Now to make this possible, and not an assault on the eyes of everyone watching, I did have to modify the game just a bit since like I mentioned, it primarily only exists in VATS and for a couple of seconds afterwards. If we're wanting to make sure I never leave the line, we need to always be able to see it. So I just added the VANS goggles mod, linked below, that adds a unique pair of goggles that make the VANS line visible outside of VATS. I also modified the actual game asset associated with the VANS line to make it a little bit more visible since otherwise it can be kind of hard to see at times. Upon leaving the vault, I do give myself the perk right out the gate using the console. Sure, I could have run over to Sanctuary and just spammed a few shelves until I leveled up, but this way I could use it from start to finish. Also, on my way out of the vault, I picked up the VANS goggles, rightfully placed in the back of a dilapidated van. It's working! We cannot leave this line now. This is our home forever. We're here! When heading to Sanctuary and following Codsworth around, VANS did exactly what you'd want it to. It showed me where to go in case I got lost, and generally there weren't many issues. Ooh, get me in the building, get me in the building. Good. I can loot stuff in here that's out of reach. I'm not gonna ever be able to tell. I was thinking, oh, the good thing is if I can interact with something from a distance, I can use it. I can't tell what I can and can't interact with because I don't have a HUD. I don't know what's in reach or not until I just match the button. I can't even follow him over there. Codsworth, I need you to come back. I can't go any farther back than here, Codsworth. Codsworth, come here, please. I can walk up to here.
Hey, Codsworth.
Oh, I can talk to him from here, I think. Aha, okay. Okay, we can go and we can do stuff now. Beautiful. We can play the game. Yeah, it was a little janky at the end, but let's be honest, Codsworth gets stuck on that same pile of crap every single time, and you can't really expect the perk to fix something that's broken elsewhere in the game. Oh no, it's gonna take me literally through freaking... Oh, no, it changed its mind. It changed its mind! That's not how it's supposed to work! What's my health at? 47. 47 health in a dream. One thing you'll notice, especially at the start of this run, is that I'm often very low on resources. This is because VANS generally prefers to take you through open roadways rather than a direct line to your objective, meaning I pretty rarely pass by anything that I can actually loot. This meant I was walking into Concord to try and save Preston without any weapons or aid items whatsoever. You give me this gun, game, you give me the gun. That was all within the line. I did not leave the line! We have a gun! What is this garbage? I can't save Preston. So while VANS prefers roadways while in the open world, within dungeons it tends to prefer the shortest and most direct path, even if that's through a locked door that you aren't able to lockpick. This leads to an important discussion around intentionally manipulating the line of the VANS perk, because there are two main ways, and one secret way, that you can do so. The one we're going to be talking about right now is custom map pings. In Fallout 4, if you open your map, you can place a singular custom ping anywhere on it. If you don't have a currently active quest, VANS will actually show you a route to get to your own ping, although there are some limitations here. The main one is that if the game can't figure out how to get to that point, or if you're too close to it, it just won't populate a line at all. But you can even use it indoors if you place that ping on the local map instead of the world map. Okay, that gave me a line. You can place map pings on a local map. Okay, hold up. It's horribly inaccurate and doesn't actually work at all.
but you can do it. So I need to go that way. Send me there. It's not even, it's putting the map in a completely different direction. It's inverted. Cool. What is the correlation here? Over here? Ooh, that's about where I want it. Please, just send me over to the right. Okay, I got this far.
It took me like 45 minutes to fully figure out what was going on here, so I'm gonna give you the short version just so you know what you're looking at whenever this happens. About 40 to 50% of the local maps I look at in this run are shown diagonally rather than straight up and down, which, when that is the case, completely breaks the map pinging system. What's happening here is that the game places the pings based on a north-south, east-west grid system, regardless of which way the map is rotated. So if I move my mouse up on the map and click, the game will place the ping farther north from where it was before. But north is not always at the top of these maps.
Okay, so now what happens if I do this? Will it actually send me forward from here? Also, this perk is freaking useless. You start the game, you don't have any means of getting through that door, and it's like, now you just gotta go through that door.
You'll notice in some of these clips, I seem to be pretty mad at the VANS perk as a whole, but if we're being completely honest, I think that was just a bit of misplaced aggression. VANS has to work alongside a lot of other systems in Fallout 4, many of which are far from perfect, and I think a lot of that frustration was just bleeding into the perk throughout this run.
We've got stuff! We have things in our inventory. We have a pipe pistol. Hold up, I'm so excited for our pipe pistol. We have a Molotov. We have things. We have a Raider left arm. That's armor. That's armor. I missed. I can't back up here. I have to hold my ground. He did push me out of the line a bit, but that's allowed. It's fine if I get pushed out. I just can't willingly move out.
There are multiple times throughout the run that something pushes me off of the line like you just saw, but I'm not resetting every time that happens. I just wait for the line to reappear before I start moving again. However, to make sure I didn't accidentally back off the line, I did unbind my S key so I can't back up at all, just to be on the safe side.
Stop opening and closing the door and give me the darn food. Yes. Hold on, I'm beginning to believe. We have some rad roach meat, that's fine. Dude, have a stim pack. Have a heart, please. This run sucks. I thought it was gonna be bad. I didn't know it was gonna be this bad.
There's a crashed vertibird up on the roof.
There's a crashed vertibird up on the roof. Did they give me any bobby pins?
Bobby pins.
If I can trigger this, okay, I need to get this first try. I'm a genius. Tell me to go in there, Vans. Tell me to do it. Vans? Are you what? Sure, Vans, I'll go up here and jump over a ledge and then walk around here through this door and then downstairs. And then through the freaking wall? Bethesda. The game studio that knows which way you need to go. What is this? What is this line? I'm on this side now. It shouldn't send me. What? Sorry, I lost my cool for a second there. I believe it was maybe understandable why I would, but you know.
For one, I have no idea why Vans would redirect after the door was open to send me through the wall instead of through the now open door, but it was 100% consistent. As soon as that door was unlocked and open, Vans would point to that wall every single time. For two, I wasn't able to get myself through the door using local map pings either, since they struggle a lot with elevation changes by nature of the map itself being two-dimensional.
It's doing it on the wrong floor. It's doing it on the wrong floor. It's literally, this is actually insane. And this is still gonna, why? It was literally working a second ago. Why did it change its mind?
The initial quest ping was pointing in the correct direction. It just moved because I had to hack the terminal to open the door, but that means that this should be possible, but not after the terminal's been hacked and the door's been open, which means I just needed to reload an earlier save. Unfortunately though, that earlier save was before even entering Concord, so I had to do all of this again. And if you're wondering why I don't just skip the power armor completely, it's because that's where the main quest is telling me to go, and my primary objective with this entire run is to keep the main quest pinged and follow it as much as possible. So if Van says I need a fusion core to go get the power armor, then I need to get the fusion core and the power armor. Oh, also, this time whenever I reset, I did swing by Red Rocket to grab dog meat, since whenever you pass by it, the game gives you a miscellaneous quest that could get me over there. I'm not going to be using him to grab items from off of the line because, well, that just feels against the spirit of what I'm trying to do here, but it did seem like a fun companion to have for now, And also, as a bit of a spoiler, he will be absolutely necessary to have a bit later in the run.
There's a crashed vertibird up on the roof. Is it stinky? I need it to be stinky, Sturge. So here's the problem we're gonna hit. The door's locked, and this isn't gonna take us to the terminal, it's gonna take us to the door. So here's what I need to do. Because I cannot reach the terminal from here. So I have to use the local map again. It should now route me over there. We want to go like here. And now what I want to do is, before I do anything else, I want to turn back on the main quest and see if it will point me back towards the door. It does. It does. It does. It does. Hold on. This is genius. Okay. Unlock security gate. And now our ping was on it already. We move over here. How dare you? I might be able to make something work with this. So now what we need to do is we need to activate the terminal, get out, and then try and get to where we're barely in the door, so it'll stop trying to send us to the side once the door's open. And then I'm gonna run over here and I'm gonna open the door and I'm gonna stand right on the bubble. Oh, I got it! I got it! Why is it trying to tell me to go over there? Okay, it's fine. 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 It's fine.
Thankfully, after running through that entire grueling process for a second time, at least I did know what needed to be done in order to get the fusion core, even though I still can't explain to you why it was necessary. Thankfully, after that, Vans took me straight to the power armor and the minigun without any other issues. I did forget, though, that Vans was only visible because of the goggles I was wearing, which stopped working once I was in power armor, so I got a bit confused here.
Okay, so I've gotten the minigun. And this is what I was worried about. We now have no ping. So the goggles still work fine with the power armor, so that's good. I actually hadn't considered that, so that is good to know. Even though we're... Ooh, actually, no, they don't. That was just the old... Oh, that's a fair point. Okay. Okay, we could just physically use VATS for this, which is, you know, kind of how you're supposed to. This part obviously gets a little wonky since my current objective is to just clear Concord of hostiles, but there are too many hostiles for the game to individually ping them, so I have to rely on local map pings to get myself out there and into combat again. Well, I don't know why it stops right there. I can't clip through the floor here, game.
As a general rule, I'm only using the custom map pings whenever Vans isn't functioning for the current quest. You won't ever see me using them to go off the path just to get an item because I want it, but only when it's absolutely required.
So by the way, I thought about doing this without the Vans goggles, and that this is how it would work. So I'd follow the line for a while, the line would go away, and I'd have to re-trigger VATS every time. This seemed awful for people to look at. All right, so now we have to do this again, which is obnoxious. That's like right in front of the door. Oh, yes, I'm learning. That was so close to actually getting us to the door. Okay. Y'all! There? Does that work? Heck yes. Okay. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to set a ping that will make me follow the road, which will run me right past the Deathclaw, and then I'll turn around. So we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna put a ping on like behind Sanctuary. There we go. Beautiful. Now we just want to run straight through, catching a Molotov on the way. It's fine. Oh, I have a HUD while I'm in power armor. I have a HUD while I'm in power armor. Should I ban the use of power armor? I feel like I should. If the whole point is no HUD, I feel like I ban the use of power armor. So I'm just going to leave the power armor at this door. The thing is, we still had to go get the power armor because that was the quest ping, is where it was at. We had to get the power armor and the minigun to move.
While one could argue that I shouldn't ban power armor since what I'm looking at isn't really a HUD as much as it is what the character's actually seeing, I still chose to ban it because it does show the compass and any actual map markers, which is the whole point of disabling the HUD to begin with.
Wish I had any idea how much health he had. We just hold the line. We hold the line. Very literally hold the line. Can I check it this way? Oh, it still doesn't even show his overall health. I have no idea how much health any enemy has. That's crazy. Is he dead? Stopped moving. Usually that means something's dead. I think we just accept what the line gives us. We just appreciate, like, look, oh, look. Thank you, line. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Stinky Trail. Thank you, Vans. It will give us exactly what we need and when we need it. And off we go with the gang, I guess. Y'all, did you know that Fallout 4 has trailing missions? Because Fallout 4 has trailing missions. Missions? Fallout 4 has trailing missions. They'll walk slightly faster than me, but not faster enough. Y'all can take that on, right? Right? Y'all are gonna try, right? We're all just gonna ignore that? We're all just gonna pretend it wasn't there. That was almost still a bit too much excitement there. Glad things have calmed back down.
Something else to note as I slowly follow Preston and the gang back to Sanctuary is that I'm not allowing fast travel for this run, since there's no way to know if the spot I'm teleporting to is somewhere that would have been on the VANS line or not. The one exception obviously being entering and leaving the Institute a bit later, but we will talk about that when we get there. With the whole gang back in town, I'm able to get the quest to rebuild Sanctuary and therefore actually interact with the workbench to gain it as a settlement. However, I won't be actually rebuilding Sanctuary because by not doing so, I have another quest that can bring me back to Sanctuary whenever I need to. This brings about the second way to intentionally manipulate the VANS line, and that's just toggling between different quests that would take me to different locations. As I progress, I'm going to be picking up every single quest that I come into contact with so that as the run goes on, I'll sort of build this gridlock network of different quest lines to help me navigate to different locations as is necessary. The goal is still to keep the main quest marked as much as possible and just blindly follow that line until the end of the game. But there are going to be multiple instances, like the ones that we've already seen, that require me to tweak things a bit in order to keep the run moving. In those moments, I have a hierarchy of fallback options. If the main quest isn't working, the next priority is to select other quests to get me to my objective. If those won't work, then I can use custom map pings to do it, and if that doesn't work, we'll move on to that secret third thing that we're not talking about just yet, in the hopes that we don't ever have to do that at all.
Carla, I'm gonna really need you to move the Brahmin. I really need to go this way. Any chance you can move the Brahmin? I really don't want to kill you and your Brahmin, but I'll freaking do it. Okay,
What found you?
I'm really sorry to do this, Carla. You're one of my favorite NPCs in this entire game. But I need to move forward, and your Brahmin's in the way. Let me by! Vans says I have to go through you! I don't want to do it, but Vans says I have to! The Brahmin moved! Dude, you really want to die, don't you? The pathing puts everything on the same line in this entire game. Get out of here, Trudy! You know what you did to deserve this! And I can't come over there and loot your body, but I can sure as heck make sure it ends up dead. I can't tell if I hit or not. The hit indicator is also part of the HUD that's gone. We vaporized Trudy! Let's go, everybody! Yes! It wasn't as satisfying because it was really far away, but that's fine.
Having saved Preston and completed what I consider to be the extended tutorial of the game, let's go ahead and do our first grade assessment of the VANS perk. While I still believe overall that as a community we're a bit too hard on this perk and that it will prove to be useful, I cannot deny that it was pretty problematic during the Museum of Freedom, so I am going to go ahead and drop that grade from a B down to a C, although I do believe it will bounce back up soon enough.
Does that logically make sense? Not in the slightest. Sure. But who am I to question it? Vans says this is the way to Diamond City. Okay, now it's going back this way. Okay. That's all right, Vans. I'm with you here. He pushed me off the line. I can't move now until the line regenerates. I have no idea how much health they have. We're fine. Health is going to actually be a huge problem.
Something else to note right after getting devastated by some random ghouls in College Square is that I made it a policy to not reload to save on resources after making a mistake to keep this as fair and legitimate as possible. If I wasn't paying enough attention and ran headfirst into some ghouls that took out a chunk of my health and therefore a couple of my aid items, then oh well, I just have to hope that Vans will make up the difference. Ultimately, I don't want this to be a simulated perfect run with abuse of quick save and quick loads to sort of min-max the playthrough. I want it to be a standard run with normal mistakes that somebody might make, because again, I want to see if the perk's any good, not if the perk can be optimized. Vans actually did a great job of taking me straight to the great green jewel of the Commonwealth, although it did get a little broken on the way in, but that was mostly Piper's fault.
Our line just vanished. We cannot move from the spot. Y'all, I need to kind of get a move on. So, I'm standing on her spot. Vans took me to her spot. Oh, we saw the sanctuary, right? We took the sanctuary quest.
Ooh, that a statement, Mr.
Ooh!
Shuts down the press.
Now that I'm in my position, ooh!
There are a couple of important things to note that came up during my first trip to Diamond City. The first being that since I failed the speech check with the mayor, I didn't actually have a map ping for the main quest line in the city. However, I did have a quest ping to go talk to Piper, and after doing her interview, she tells me about Valentine, which gets the main quest working again. No local map pings needed. The second is that while I don't believe it was the shortest path, Vans actually took me around the market to the Valentine Detective Agency instead of through it. This meant I couldn't talk to any vendors, but it was actually a positive because it did take me by the 2 random NPCs that are talking about following the Freedom Trail to join the railroad, which is a quest that I'm going to need for later. You'll notice based on these segments that I'm going for the railroad ending. This isn't because it's the most optimal or anything, I honestly think they'd be pretty similar, but rather it's because obviously in the run where I'm stuck on a literal track, I'm gonna go with the railroad. I mean, come on, it writes itself. For now though, Ellie told me about Park Street Station, so I turned this van around and headed straight back out of Diamond City. Once again going around the entire market. On the way to Park Street Station, I did go ahead and just for a second trigger the Follow the Freedom Trail quest, just to see on the off chance if it actually showed me how to get to the railroad. Obviously it didn't. The game wants you to look at the ground and actually follow the Freedom Trail for the first time, but we're not going to worry about that too much for right now because our main objective is to go save Nick.
We walk up here, bam, his head's gone. He's definitely not still shooting at me. His head is gone, we all saw it. Line, I know there's this change of cells there, but I need you to keep up. Oh, I just heard my dog go down. No, the cruelty of this world is unmatched. This gun sucks. I can't back up. I just gotta stand here. This is gonna be worse than Whoa. We just painted the fabric of reality. What? I'm still touching it. Okay. So in between cells, the line freaks the crap out.
Every so often, you'll notice that Vance just sort of stops and doesn't continue until I get to the end of the line. The reason for that seems to be different load cells within a dungeon, and even though the next cell is loaded in, it doesn't seem as if the pathing works until I'm actually within the proper cell.
Oh, dog meat. I helped. Oh, wait, the splatter. Hold on. There's a strat in there somewhere of splattering heads so that I can get to the bodies. That's so morbid. Dare I say optimal? Also, everybody's saying I gotta do Institute ending. Why would I go Institute ending? She just wants to get Sean back from practice. She cares deeply about her son. Why would she side with the Institute? They're monsters who stole her child, kidnapped him from his after-school activities. Why would she side with that? That doesn't make any sense. Hey, don't punch my dog! You let him kill you because he's a good boy.
Vans worked great all the way up to the vault door, and I do want to highlight something important here. There's a lot of different things in the game that when you interact with them will play a special animation. Those animations will pretty much always take me right off the line of Vans. This is totally okay. The way that I'm ruling it is as long as I can click on the item from the line, it's fair game. The animation took me off of it, but I didn't intentionally move off of the line.
Oh, I heard the crunch of the van. You know, they say that they make vehicles these days where they're designed to sort of collapse in on themselves to keep the passengers safe. That's what happened there. It was not bones crunching. Let's do something exciting. Go, 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 go. Stay on the line, stay on the line, stay on the line. We run. Okay, try it one more time. Oh, he doesn't see me right now. He doesn't see me. I'm going down. This one's a wash. This one's a freaking wash. He's just tanking it. That guy's a problem. I stepped off the line there anyway. I was gonna have to take a death. That gun has no bullets in it. That thing holds no ammo. This dumb. Oh, that didn't kill. That didn't kill. That one did, but I'm dead. I could see it. I could sense it. Dude's invincible! Who's shooting me? What? They're flanking now? They know I'm stuck on the line!
I'm just really excited that Vans properly told me to just dive into that hole in the vault. Vans and pathing in Fallout 4 in general tends to really struggle with changes in altitude, so anytime I see Vans actually telling me to jump off the edge of something is always just sort of a special little treat.
And risk life and limb for an... Well, you came to the right man.
Oh, good.
I've been cooped up in here for weeks.
Oh, right. I did want to mention that between the first and second streams of this run, I did pop into the game files really quick and replace all of the small exclamation noises that VANS makes in dialogue to hurry someone along with obnoxiously loud car horns, because, I mean, she is part van after all.
My marker isn't pointing me to Nick because I think he just left the loading cell that I'm in. Okay, we're gonna reload, and I'm gonna try and get closer to the door this time.
Anyway,
Hurry it on. Carpool lane only goes so fast here, bud. It'll go faster if you move. I mean, I'm just gonna freaking die. That's a firing squad. What do I do here? Let's be real, I'm just already dead. Yeah. Man, one of them's hitting like a truck. Nick, I need you to move forward, my guy. Oh, thank goodness. Give me a line. Oh, thank goodness. We're just getting into the room. This is going well. Ish. I mean, it's going as good as I can hope, let's be real. Trailing missions are really annoying.
they're here somewhere.
They're here somewhere, Nick! They're here somewhere! Okay, so I throw the Molotov before she gets that close. Dola! Where are you going? Lock in, y'all! Okay, this thing can take down Death Claw, but not a woman in a dress with a baseball bat? What are we doing? I wonder if I could, with the baseball bat, at all, like... I mean, no, I'm not gonna be able to reach anybody else. Pop Skinny Malone in the head a couple of times, and then actually just start hucking Molotovs at him. We were saving these for this type of a moment. Oh, sweet. We did it. We did it. We're fine.
While things got a bit hairy with Skinny Malone and Dola, things generally worked pretty well here. Like, the quest as a whole worked exactly as you'd want it to. The one hiccup being that rather than taking me out the very convenient back escape hatch, it took me all the way back out the entrance to Park Street Station again.
I don't want to go that way. Thank you, Vans. Thanks. Don't take me out the very close and convenient exit. No, no, no. Love that your thing doesn't point you where to go if the person's in a different load zone. That could never be confusing to someone who's new to the game and doesn't know where to go. That could possibly, I don't know, maybe never totally screw up someone's experience with the game.
Generally, that's not a very big deal. It just takes a few extra steps to get to where I'm going, but in this particular case, it was a bit unfortunate.
Why? I'm just trying to think of little Timmy's first Fallout 4 playthrough. What the? It's fine. Since when has Swan ever been difficult to kill? I just have to stand here and hope that the DPS is high enough. It was not. Wonder if we got even close. Let's try one more time, just to be sure. There's no shot. There's no shot. I can't kill him, and I can't run away. Okay, so here's what we're gonna try now instead. Yeah, he noticed. So that was one thing I was hoping that maybe he wouldn't notice. But he does take forever to stand up and scream. So maybe the answer is just to run away like a cat. No! Why did I just hear like a cha-ching and everything go back to normal? I mean, we take those, but I have no idea why I have no idea why. And I don't think I'm gonna ask.
Come to my...
Shut up, Nick. I got places to be.
Once finally finding a way past Swan, it wasn't too hard to link back up with Nick, run straight back over to Diamond City, and then tell him all the details about what happened to my beautiful baby boy, Sean.
You know.
Whoa. What else can you tell me? Anything it couldn't be. Right.
Vans was able to keep up with the next leg of the quest really well too, taking me over to the elevator up to the mayor's office to where I could get the key.
Well, I can't allow you
Shut
to
up.
invade someone else's...
Shut up. Maybe this time instead of talking to him, we just sneak right up and just take it. Oh. Cool.
And then back down to Kellogg's house, but obviously it didn't show me the secret button when I went inside.
We have to get to the button, and he's not going to tell us how to. The game expects you to look around on your own here, which we're not going to do.
There.
Trying to get him to push me. We're fine. I actually did not know that it eventually just pings the button if you can't find it. I didn't know that. That's a thing.
After waiting around like an idiot for long enough, Vans eventually will show you where the secret button is. So in this case, it worked even in an instance where there's something I was supposed to search out myself, which is very promising moving forward. From there, it was easy to let Dogmeat catch the scent and begin following him over to Fort Hagen, which I unfortunately could not run straight towards like I normally do. But before we talk about that too much, let's revisit our current grading scale. Honestly, this section played out almost exactly how my first casual playthrough of the game did. I went to Diamond City, talked to Piper, talked to Ellie, went off to save Nick, and then headed back. The only hiccup was with the little swan incident, but if we're being honest, were I playing the game normally, I could just walk around Swan's Pond, so it doesn't feel right to dock the perk for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and bump it back up to a B rating. I knew the beginning was just a little weird quirk. On my way out of the city, I did notice Cricket standing just barely off of the line of vans, and while Dogmeat didn't take me right by her, by toggling to a different quest, it was really easy to walk right up to her and do some bartering. Now, technically, did I have to do this to continue on the quest? Sort of, no, but I also had like no ammo left at this point, so it did seem fairly important to do so. I'm going to be a lot more lenient with switching quests than I'm going to be with placing custom map markers. If it required a custom marker, I would not have talked to Cricket here, but simply switching to another quest for just a second to take a right turn instead of a left, I say is completely fine, and if I'm going to be completely honest with you, will be more than necessary by the end of this. Trust me.
This is so annoying because he stops to wait for us while I'm stopping to wait for the Vans line to show up. So this is taking so much more time than it should. I don't know what to do. I can't move. Don't just lay down, bud. I can't leave the spot. Oh, wait. Oh, now, okay. It popped up. Okay. Same thing as like in Kellogg's house. It eventually just says, hey, you're obviously struggling. Go grab this. And I do like that.
For anyone who hasn't actually followed Dogmeat to Fort Hagen in quite a few playthroughs like I hadn't, you might have forgotten that there are quite a few scripted encounters along this route. Most of them to sort of show you what Kellogg would have went through on the way, but a few of them do contain some fairly difficult combat encounters for my current low level and lack of useful perks, so things did get a bit interesting.
I did not move backwards, by the way. He just shoved me that far.
This is gonna be a minute here, y'all.
I'm dead.
It's fine.
Okay, no, there's a strat here. There's a strat. I thought he died. I thought that sound was him dying. I think I just crippled both of his front legs at the same time. Just cripple. Get vanned, punk! Let's go! Oh, hold up. Can I now skip the next chunk? Okay, it took us halfway through here and I had to fight a bunch of super mutants in the Alguai already, which is already the hard part, but we can now get Dogmeat to go straight there and just run to follow. Am I even skipping anything hard at this point? Or no, you normally get attacked by ghouls here, right? Oh, I'm still getting attacked by ghouls here. But I can run past them, and Dogmeat's still here anyway. Waiting did nothing for me, and now I can't go any farther! I'm not waiting in the chair. If Dogmeat's only gonna move to the next ping anyway. Chair tech bad.
Okay, boy.
Chair tech bad.
Track it.
This one's legendary? Apparently it's a legendary ghoul. Fun fact, they look exactly the same, so there's no way to know.
While the trek to Fort Hagen was anything but easy, the VANS perk did work exactly as you would hope it would throughout the entire process. Getting into Fort Hagen was another story entirely.
Oh shoot. It's just telling me to find a way in right now, isn't it?
So this is one of the many situations where the game sort of wants you to poke around and find something yourself without actually giving you a map marker. There are two different ways into Fort Hagen, one on the left side underneath the parking garage and one up on top of the roof. Currently though, I didn't have any good way to either of them.
So like now if I go and remove this, does it even lead me back to Fort Hagen? Oh, hold up. It does just eventually ping it. Oh, thank goodness this game thinks that we're all morons. Oh, thank you, Todd, for assuming I'm stupid. I appreciate that. Because I am stupid, but just not in the way... Not... Oh, this is gonna get tricky. We have to run the entire thing before it goes away. So this is about as close as we can get before it vanishes, and we're gonna have to run the whole thing while the turrets are shooting at us. This is gonna be difficult, and also not possible. But let's just start with seeing how it goes. It auto vanishes, or maybe that might have just been bad timing. That might have just been bad timing. Okay, it just fluxed. Now we go. Okay, yeah, no, it is still there. And that's the... What? I thought I was supposed to get like 10 seconds. Why is it going quicker now? As soon as it comes back in, we run. What do I do about this? And we've tried before that even if you use the local map to do a ping, it doesn't. Because you're too close to it. In the overworld, you can't be anywhere near it. Y'all, I got no freaking clue. I got no freaking clue for this one. I'm so stumped. Okay, let me think. Okay. Maybe it will try and take me into the other entrance. Still vanishes when you get close. Very obvious answer here that I was not thinking about for some reason. We take the VANS goggles off. We go here, we manually refresh it, and we just run. And this will almost definitely work better on the roof. It'll still go away after 10 seconds, but it won't refresh itself. Let's try the roof entrance. Let's try the roof entrance with this.
As I mentioned earlier, with the VANS goggles, it automatically regenerates the line about every 10 seconds. And even if I take the goggles off and trigger it manually, it still automatically goes away after just a few seconds more. But, I mean, there was a shot.
Oh. This is just as far as that crap goes.
Unfortunately, even after extensively trying to make this work, all I found was that the line on the roof doesn't even go all the way up to the hatch. However, the path to the door under the parking garage is much shorter, and it was looking like there may be a chance of making that one work.
We can make that. We can if I play clean, we can make that. Let me try in third person with a slightly higher mouse sensitivity. Go, 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 go. We can make this. We can make this. I didn't fully inch as far forward as I could last time. I got close to it, but I didn't go all the way. I don't know if any of this armor slows you down at all, but I'm taking it all off, and I'm unequipping my weapons. Doing it in first person this time. Dog meat got in the way, which is going to screw this one, but I just want to see if any of that had any sort of a positive impact. Never mind, I'm good. I'm incredible. Let's go. We just had to inch way closer and unequip everything and get naked and run with our fists out. We just had to return to form. And now it's just telling us to leave. Search Fort Hagen. So now will it tell us to go up to the roof? I think we're fine. I think this seems scarier than it is. Oh my gosh, it actually still goes away. I mean, from inside, I can use the local map pings again, right? Good. Okay. Can we just keep winding up the staircases here? Don't send me back down. Don't send me back down. Don't send me back down. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Darn you.
Unfortunately, my triumph of getting inside was short-lived because we once again ran into a familiar issue of changes in altitude. Even inching a little bit forward with each ping, eventually I just hit a barrier that I could not get the game to generate a line beyond. So I decided it was finally time to pull the final ace out of my sleeve, the Overseer's Most Wanted. The Overseer's Most Wanted is a quest that's added by the Vault-Tec population management system added to the game with the Vault-Tec Workshop DLC. Now, if none of that made any sense to you whatsoever, let me quickly explain. The Vault-Tec Workshop DLC is the add-on that gives you a custom vault that you can go use as a settlement. With it, it also added a bunch of different items that can be built at any settlement. One of those is a terminal called the Vault-Tec Population Management System. This terminal allows you to do a lot of things at settlements that are largely just quality of life improvements that really should have been in the game from the start, but one of those is it gives you a custom quest that will let you track down a lost companion. A quest that I am currently setting to have me constantly tracking the location of dog meat. What this means is that I will now have a quest in my Pip-Boy that will never go away that I can select at any point to point me to wherever dog meat is currently positioned. So now, by using the really janky follower interface that I can only half see since my HUD is turned off, I can tell dog meat to go take up various different positions the entire time getting a VANS line to point to him. I hope you can see why I saw this as a last resort, as it does effectively allow you to use VANS to go literally anywhere on the map at the drop of a hat, as long as you're willing to deal with a lot of annoyance. Since it is sort of a catch-all solution to fix any problem that will show up, I'm only using this as an absolute last resort. For now though, it not only allowed me access to Fort Hagen, but it also allowed me a route through Fort Hagen, where the actual quest marker tends to just point you into the same wall over and over. Apparently it's a pretty well-known thing that VANS just completely breaks in this dungeon, and it's never once been fixed by Bethesda, so that's kind of a bummer.
What happens if I now do this? Does it actually start pointing me in the right direction now? Nah, it just tells me to go back downstairs, but whatever. right, dog meat's going in. Good. Bad. This is the bad room to go in on. Oh my gosh. I have no options to work with. Why can I not see? That was in the next room. Why did that blind me? It's fine. It's fine. I'm so not upset about it. Yes! We got a pipe revolver rifle. We're good on ammo for a while. We're good on ammo. We can't be too lax with it, but that gives me a lot more wiggle room. We got the elevator open. If we get dog meat to go in the elevator, we might have fixed the quest. Please, ping him, ping him, ping him. Oh my gosh. Please. Ping him, ping him, ping him. Oh wait, hold on. Almost. Ping him again, ping him. Please, please, Vans, please. You're not leaving, dog meat. We're going down. Oh, thank goodness.
After making it to the downstairs portion of Fort Hagen, finally the quest marker started to work as intended, so I was able to just follow the path from there to Kellogg. Kellogg, however, obviously poses some issues here. I don't have a ton of useful weapons I can use on Kellogg, and unlike other runs, I can't just pop over and grab the Fat Man from the armory since Vans doesn't take me to the armory.
This. Just go ahead and preemptively... Okay, I feel like I really need to take out the synth on the right first. Why do I not have my line? I can't move forward without my line. Where is it? Kill Kellogg. Give me a line to Kellogg. Okay, so when the line fades out, I'm frozen. That sucks. That's bad. I need to be able to charge him. You throw the Molotov. She'd rather just swing at the air. That's cool. Love that. Love that. Love that. We can't go any farther forward at this. He shot it out of the air. I think. I mean, I heard an explosion. Maybe he threw a grenade? I don't have the grenade indicator. If he throws a grenade, I don't know it. Okay, that kind of answers that for me then. We're changing tactics completely. Triple stim pack, purified, quantum, buff out, Med-X, screw it, we'll Psycho 2, why not? Where is he? He ran off. He backed all the way up to there, that's not good. The Institute rifle, I guess? I can't believe I'm saying that as a valid strategy, but I don't really know what else to do here. Come on. Is he dead? He's dead! Let's go! Yeah!
In this particular instance, the answer ended up being primarily through the use of aid items, burning through a lot of my current chems, and even a quantum, but I was able to overcome it. And naturally, as if by one last sick joke, even though the quest marker surprisingly took me to the elevator that was the quick exit to Fort Hagen, once getting out of it, it told me to walk straight through a wall, so we once again had to lean on dog meat to actually get me off the darn roof. Having finally completed the Kellogg portion of this run, it's time to reassess the VANS grade, and after that, I can't in good conscience keep it at a B, so we're gonna drop it back down to a C for now. But hey, it came back from this earlier, I'm sure it can do so again. While no route through Boston is particularly easy, especially when you can't deviate from a line, Vans was able to very successfully take me back to Diamond City to meet with Nick and Piper, and then over to Good Neighbor and the Memory Den to do the Kellogg memory sequence. I would like to draw attention to the fact that Vanzessa's body never leaves the line during this sequence. So yes, while there is no Vans in the memory sequence, her body is still sitting in the stinky green line in the memory lounger the entire time. So we're not going to split hairs over this part, and we're going to press on with the main quest.
It's Sean! He's not at practice! Oh, he's going to be so grounded. Hanging out with some creepy bald man, unapproved by me. That is Sean. He's older, but it's Sean. We know it is. He has my voice. Sean, you get back here right now. Dang it! Now I gotta go find what other school they took him to. Am I getting, like, any closer? Not really. I'm not even going towards the glowing sea at this point. Not even close. We're back at Diamond City. We just left Good Neighbor from here, went across the river, over past freaking College Square, and back down to Diamond City. When the game made us go from Diamond City to Good Neighbor, it made me go straight through Boston. It was a pretty straight shot. It went through a lot of dangerous stuff, but it got there quickly. Instead, this route took me by just as much, if not more dangerous crap, but way out of the way to go back to where I just freaking was. And it's still, the objective is not Diamond City. The objective is the glowing freaking sea. What is this? Yeah, don't take me across the bridge. Take me down to the water and make me swim across when I'm about to go get heavily irradiated. Okay, why have me go through the sign? Thank you. Through the bushes instead.
Not only am I sort of dreading having to take a predetermined path through the glowing sea that won't allow me to route around potential hazards and takes me through the crater that I normally avoid, but on top of all of that, I'm mostly concerned about my lack of radiation resistance and removal. VANS hasn't really provided in that sense so far, and I'm not really sure how I can possibly survive this.
We're gonna do a hard save right here. We're gonna pop a Rad-X and we're just gonna run the first time. And we're just gonna see how that goes. Oh, right, if it takes me through any like this, like radiation hotspot kind of areas or water or whatever, I just have to walk through it. We're just now to where I normally enter the glowing sea, and I've been taking on rad damage this entire time. Thank you, VANS. Thank you for this being the optimal path you have chosen. Look at that! Why is the line telling me to go that way? Okay, well, this is a reset. I can't even get up this! Okay, back to the drawing board, everybody. Back to the drawing board. We do not have the resources to get through here.
This is made significantly worse by the route that VANS took me here. This is the way someone may go in a casual playthrough on their way to Virgil's Cave, and this is the way that VANS took me. Honestly though, as somebody who has experience with this, even with perfect routing here, there's just no way I can get out alive without some amount of radiation resistance, and all I have currently is one Rad-X, so we need to find another option. However, based on my own hierarchy, the only thing I can try until I completely rule it out are other quests in my Pip-Boy. So now it was time to do some very interesting routing. I tried a lot of different things here, but to save on time, I'm just going to talk about the one that ended up working. For starters, I needed to leverage the Far From Home quest, which is the beginning of the Far Harbor DLC, to go and talk to Ellie at the Valentine Detective Agency, although I wasn't actually going to talk to her when I got there. From the agency, I was able to pick up the Earl Sterling case file, which triggers the Disappearing Act quest. This is the quest that has you find out that the facial reconstructive surgeon in Diamond City accidentally butchered a man and carved him up and hid his body to try and make sure no one finds out. But we don't care about any of that. All we're worried about is that it gives us a ping to go to the clinic where I can interact with a doctor and merchant to finally buy chems for the first time in this entire run. In order to get there though, I have to follow the clues that point me in the right direction first, which includes going to Earl Sterling's house to find a note in the floor. Unfortunately, the quest doesn't actually put you to that, so I did have to use a single local map ping in order to get there. Although, for this particular questline, it was guaranteed that there was no way to progress without doing it, so that seemed fine by me. After reading the note, it tells me to go and investigate the Mega Surgery Center, which gets me close enough to Dr. Sun to actually be able to engage in dialogue with him. I will naturally never complete this quest, so that if I ever need stim packs or other chems, I can actually come and get them on purpose, assuming I have any caps or anything of value to sell. For now though, I just sold every single item in my inventory I was certain I wouldn't need, and used all of those caps to buy as much Rad-X and Rad-Away as I could possibly afford, so that I could finally get through the glowing sea. Thankfully, this time, for seemingly no discernible reason, VANS did not take me over a rock too steep to climb, and I was able to get to Virgil's Cave safely. Even better yet, it didn't cause any major issues on the way out of the glowing sea either. While the routing still left a bit to be desired, it was a functional way in and out, and I was able to move on to taking out the Courser. I was able to get shockingly close to the outside of Green Tech Genetics by toggling between some of the miscellaneous quests I'd gathered while spam talking to one guard in Diamond City, but obviously there's no way up to the door off of just other quests. Just for the sake of my own knowledge, I did test how close you had to be able to get before it would actually give you a quest marker to go inside, and you have to get to the top of the stairs of Green Tech before the game will actually give you a map marker. Before then, it just gives you the whole increasing strength radio signal situation, and obviously VANS does not point you where to go during that. VANS not pointing straight to Green Tech here is kind of a huge disappointment when you think about the functionality and purpose of the perk itself. VANS is for players who are kind of new to this sort of thing and need a little bit of help and guidance. In situations like this, I would rather Vans just blindly point to where you're supposed to go, bypassing the puzzle altogether. And if you don't want that sort of aid, you just don't take the perk, you know? It just seems like if Vans is designed to be a perk to help out players that are struggling, that these are the exact moments you would want it to do that, not the only moments you wouldn't want it doing that. While the Vans line largely worked in green tech, it did not mean it was easy to clear a location filled with gunners while having absolutely no perks other than Vans. This place was pretty rough. Obviously, the biggest issue is that one bridge where a gunner absolutely decimates you with a missile launcher, seemingly no matter what you do, who's also accompanied by like 3 other gunners that wouldn't die regardless of how many times I shot them, but I eventually managed a way through.
Oh. When did I kill you? Apparently I already killed the missile launcher one, so I was stressing over nothing. We have 0 missiles. What? Why did you have no missiles left? I was hoping to use that on the Courser. Not gonna lie about it.
The Vans line did have a bit of a hiccup right before getting on the elevator up to the Courser. It just sort of stopped in the middle of the room and then kept slightly shifting side to side, and I couldn't really figure out what was going on there, but my hunch is it had to do with the elevation change.
Okay, so I have to clear the room. That sucks. That sucks. Why?
The 2 saving graces for this gauntlet were surprisingly the rarely used corner peeking functionality in Fallout 4, and just closing and opening a door over and over in front of me to cover myself while firing into another room.
What's my health at? Y'all, you could say my health is a little low. The graphic isn't covering anything, by the way. My health's a little low. Also, sorry, pretend you didn't see that. I was naked for a second. Oh my gosh.
The fight with the Courser was exactly as annoying as you would assume it is when you're unable to move out of his line of fire whatsoever. This fight was particularly brutal because whenever he uses a stealth boy, the map ping on his head goes away, meaning the Vans line vanishes completely. Like, I can't even choose to run towards him to get closer to use my shotgun more effectively. I just have to stand there like a sitting duck.
I mean, I feel like the best thing is just run in the room with him, right? Combat shotgun is my best bet here. Oh, never mind. I have 4 bullets in it. Oh, I ran through all of my options on other things. Can I just, like, can I just spike Molotovs into the freaking ground in front of me? Like, what? This is so stupid. Maybe his accuracy will go down. Oh, why'd you trigger it again? No, this just makes it where I don't know where I'm shooting anymore. This is a horrible idea! I don't even know what happened! There's nobody there! That had to do something, right? So this dude can Oh no.
This is the most effective any stealth boy's been in history. What ended up being my saving grace was 2 unique bits of weird tech. Weird tech. Specifically, Fallout 4 has a weird form of animation canceling I hadn't really thought about before. I guess I technically knew about it since none of these mechanics are working in ways that I didn't already know them to do, but I just had never used it in this way before.
He will not stagger. Like, I can't out-heal it. The stim pack animation sucks. I gotta figure out, can I get through that animation any quicker? Like, hang out in VATS for a second? I think you can. I think I can VATS animation cancel, maybe?
Anytime you're in an animation, like injecting a stim pack or reloading a gun, if you open VATS, even though the game is moving in slow motion, the animation still plays out in the background at normal speed.
Cancel VATS. Give it a second. That's it. The more you shoot him, the more he moves, because he knows he has a stealth boy on and they have him programmed to like dodge effectively. We got some tech! Does this cancel the reload animation? It does.
Effectively, if you're just looking at in-game time, using a stim pack or reloading a gun only takes a fraction of a second, assuming I remember to trigger VATS right after starting that animation. However, if you can believe it, that's not the only way VATS can be leveraged to my advantage here, even though he's invisible. While VATS is open, even if you're not targeting anything, if you hold the V key on your keyboard, you can look around freely while still in this slow-mo version of VATS. This meant that after triggering VATS, I could still recenter myself on his location, even though VATS could not locate where he actually was.
All right, we're reloading right now. It just wore off. Okay, which means we'll get our line, we run up, and we shotgun him in the face. So we double stim pack, we close out, we VATS. We do this. Pop one more stim pack since we're having to close out of this anyway. Recenter on him. I'm almost dead. We do that to try and survive. We do this while I wait for the animation. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! He couldn't do his side dodge. He got stuck in a corner. Let's go! Yeah! I knew it. I knew we could get through that. Okay, we did burn through all but one stim pack. We did do that, but that's fine.
Frustratingly, after that wonderful victory, Vans would point me towards the elevator to leave more quickly, which is nice, but it would not point me towards the password in the toolbox that allowed me to turn that elevator on. So I did need to use dog meat to get over there to grab it. I hope you're beginning to see why I thought it was important to just keep him with me at all times by now. After that, I was back off to Good Neighbor to speak with Dr. Amari, who told me about the railroad who could decode the chip. As I mentioned earlier, Vans will not show you how to follow the Freedom Trail, so I needed to find another way to get to the entrance to the Old North Church. The best I had come up with was that I had the miscellaneous quest to investigate the Pikmin Gallery, which is right next door, and then I just had to follow Dogmeat from there. It was the best I could do. I don't know of any other quests that get you closer to the church than that. Unfortunately, the game doesn't give you a map ping until after you've actually talked to Dez for the first time, so I still had to slowly follow Dogmeat all the way down there through the church itself.
Oh, it's a legendary Reaver? Cool, love that for me. Really love that for me. Hold on, I might be able to work with this. I really don't want to heal yet. Plasma-infused pipe revolver pistol. Yeah. I'm gonna use that.
The ghouls were annoying, but honestly the worst part of this was trying to tell Dogmeat to inch forward while in a confined space. Y'all, the companion interface is just not great in this game.
Oh my gosh. Wait, can I get the door to push me through? Hey, that works. So now I can tell him to go over there. We're learning. The chat dialogue thing popping up anytime I'm looking in his direction has got to be the most annoying thing that this game has ever implemented. There needs to be a separate button where I can pull that up if I want it. Like a hotkey to just pull up the interface with your companion, regardless of if they're in front of you or not. Because that's the other thing, is when you want to talk to Dogmeat, he's constantly running away from you and you can't freaking get it to pop up. It's so annoying.
While that was frustrating, again, it is understandable since the whole point of this quest is that you have to follow the Freedom Trail and figure this out. I again think that this perk should sort of sidestep some of that stuff since it is for players who don't know what's going on, but regardless, I decided to go ahead and do Tradecraft from here rather than heading back through the Glowing Sea since, like I said before, I am planning to side with the railroad. There isn't a ton to talk about here. The quest went largely how it normally does, other than when I first entered through the escape tunnel. For some reason, Vans kept pointing to where Deacon stands when he first enters, rather than where he actually walks to in order to use the terminal. So I did have to have Dogmeat take me through the first doorway, but then once on the other side of it, it proceeded through switchboard like it normally would.
Get Carrington's prototype. Okay, could you give me directions to that maybe? What is going on with this? Let's see if I just use Dogmeat to like get past the entrance if it'll fix. Hey, okay. You just had to get through the door for it to work. We do. Oh, it is actually taking me to the terminal first. Now that we're in and it's on and working, Vans is actually doing a really good job at navigating us through here. Now there are mines here. The problem is I can't. Oh, there it is. I almost walked onto it because I could not see it because of the stink. Apparently I missed one and Deacon found it. Y'all look a little chilly. Brought Dogmeat down with him. How could you, Deacon? How could you? What did Dogmeat do to deserve that?
After returning to HQ and officially joining the railroad and getting the most targeted codename of Bullseye, I grabbed the quest to head over to Ticonderoga Safe House with High Rise and H222 and headed straight on over to Bunker Hill.
Caravans and raiders, which are you?
Does that answer your question?
Nice to meet you, H2.
No. Shut up! I said it's nice to meet you!
That quest, like pretty much any other pseudo-trailing mission, worked perfectly fine, albeit it is exponentially more annoying than it would be normally. The next thing I need to do for the railroad is set up the Mercer safe house where I will eventually build the teleporter, but since I can't really get to Pam very easily right now, I just decided to head off to the second trip through the Glowing Sea to go ahead and get that over with. And thankfully, this time it went much better since my route was a little bit more direct to Virgil's cave without having to route through the crater.
Oh no, there's no shot I survived this. No shot I survived this. Pardon me, everybody. No shot I actually lived through this. No chance. I'm gonna say I earned that. How much health do I have? 22 out of 220. All I need. Oh, cool. We're just now to the radio tower that's at the edge of the glowing sea. I'm glad that I have soaked up almost like over 10% of my health in rads to get to an area that wasn't irradiated. Love it. Thank you, line, for taking the only logical path. Oh, cool. Just dip me in the heavy radiation pool, too, for no reason at all. Oh, yeah, you changed your mind on it, huh? Thanks. Thank you. I love it. Oh, right. He's still alive because I didn't kill him the first time. I'm sure it's fine. I don't have any AP left, but I'm sure he'll just let me walk by. I'm getting the sense that he's not going to let me walk by.
I have the code.
I did the best I came up with. Good.
Well, I ain't getting past him without a fight, am I? Yeah, no, that's just death. It's in the name. I have no idea if I'm doing any significant damage or not. Let's see what happens if I try to run. I mean, I don't think you can outrun a Deathclaw, but maybe if he does his screech when I'm pretty close that I could. No, I'm nowhere near him when he does that. I mean, yeah, I'm dead. He's literally camping the line. What the crap? Is there anything? University Point, Jamaica Plain. Oh, hold up. Find the treasures of Jamaica Plain. Give me a line that's not that direction. Goodbye, Deathclaw! We're going to Jamaica Plain, apparently.
After getting the plans from Virgil, I had to head back over to Railroad HQ to tell them about it, where they then told me I needed to go get Mercer's safe house. But thankfully, out of the many worse options it could have been, I got Starlight Drive-In, which is by far the one I want to see the most. With that, I'm able to go start working on the teleporter to the Institute, but not before we reassess the grade of VANS, especially since we did 2 trips through the glowing sea, took on the Courser, and did as much railroad side content as I planned to do. This might be a bit controversial, but I'm going to choose to leave it at a C for now. While there were a few hiccups, the majority of the issues I faced in this last section were just because of the rules that I have set and not VANS itself. The Courser fight wasn't annoying because I was using VANS. The Courser fight is just annoying, especially if you can't move. Yes, it would have been preferable, in my opinion, if VANS had pointed me towards Green Tech and the Old North Church, but I do understand their decision to code it that way. I disagree with it, but I understand it. Setting up the teleporter in any Fallout 4 run that doesn't allow fast travel is honestly really annoying, since it's a lot of back and forth that could have been completely avoided, but regardless, it's not like that's overly difficult to do with or without VANS. Except for one time when it ran me straight into a tree.
Why is it just leading me straight into a tree? Really? I'm trying to... Don't reroute to the tree.
While I was finally able to get the teleporter successfully built without barely being able to move at a settlement, and even get VANS to tell me to stand on it, nothing, and I mean nothing so far in this run, could have prepared me for what came next.
This should be giving me a... I don't have dog meat. Give me anything. Give me any line, please. We have a backup. We have a backup thing that we've used to effect in the past. Work. You're kidding me.
So yeah, once you enter the Institute for the first time, you don't get a map ping for where to go. Now, the reason for this is fairly obvious. There's literally only one direction you can go, and that's forward. But for my particular challenge run, this is a big problem. I tested it, and you don't get a proper map ping until Father finishes his speech over the intercom. Unfortunately though, he won't start his speech over the intercom until you're already halfway to the elevator, so I needed to find a way over there. Unfortunately for me though, there's no way to get a companion into the Institute, and for whatever reason, the local map pings did absolutely nothing. It seemed as if this area was hard-coded to not allow VANS to happen no matter what. I even had the quest to load the holotape onto a terminal, and it wouldn't point me to a terminal either, and after doing so, I could get the quest to go meet Patriot, and it wouldn't point me towards Patriot. Nothing will work here other than the main quest to go talk to Father, which won't happen until you cross half the room. So I thought, and I thought, and I thought, And there's one sort of answer that I landed on. According to the rules, I'm not allowed to move off of the line created by VANS. However, if something else pushes me, that's been totally fine this entire time. So what if that thing pushing me was just a nearby explosion?
I'm not allowed to hit a button right now to walk forward, which in my opinion means hitting that button was me hitting a button to walk forward. Me hitting a button directly causing forward movement is very different, in my opinion, than this, which she moved, but I did not hit a button to cause backwards movement. An explosion caused her to move backwards. Yes, I caused that explosion, but at the same time, there's been multiple times throughout the game so far where stuff like that has happened.
Now, I realize there will be a lot of opinions about my decision to allow Molotov explosions to shove me towards where the line will appear. But if you have a problem with that, yeah, I can't blame you. This one's stupid. This one's really stupid, and I don't have a snarky comeback about it. But here's the thing. If we're looking at it, my only other options are either in the run right now, in which case we won't get to see how VANS would interact with a lot more significant quests in the main quest line, or just allow myself to walk over there, which feels significantly worse than at least having some sort of a weird semantic solution to this problem, in my opinion. Before even attempting something so ridiculous, I did want to make sure that the quest would function on the other side of it and that I wasn't just wasting my time trying.
We'll simulate this the way I would do it. So I'm gonna stand around here until it gives me the quest. Give me a darn line, please. You're freaking kidding me. Are we serious here? This is so many more than 20 Molotovs. Okay, so I went from the middle of that, from there to about there. That's 1, 2, 3.
So not only is the quest broken when you initially get into the Institute, but then after taking the elevator, for some reason, the map ping just goes away again for a significantly longer hallway. Y'all, the number of Molotovs I would need to get down this hallway, and that's under the assumption I could survive them, is absolutely absurd. Can I be real with y'all for just a second? I'm beginning to get a reputation that I am so strict and stubborn with my own challenge rules that it borders on actual insanity. But at least in all of those cases, it was so that at the end of it, I could say for sure that the run was completed within the given rules. But if we're being honest here, even if I commit to this and pull it off, the majority of people are still going to tell me that I failed my own challenge run because I moved while outside of the line. So what would be the point of it?
It would be absurd, even by my standards. Spend this entire stream without leaving this line, trying to grind out enough caps to purchase what we calculated to be loosely like 70 Molotovs, and enough things to heal me from the damage taken from absorbing the damage of 70 Molotovs. It would be stupid to spend all that time grinding for 70 Molotovs and to do this. Because, like, what if I got all the way to the end and I ran out of Molotovs like 10 feet away, and then I had to do it all over again? To be safe, I should probably bring like 90 Molotovs at least. It'd be really stupid to try it with any less. So, yeah, that's what we're doing today.
The point, as always, is because I can. And more importantly, because I want to. Maybe you can't beat Fallout 4 without ever leaving the VANS line, but darn it, I will do the second best thing if it kills me. So I spent the remainder of that stream, and 100% of the 2 following streams, grinding out as many Molotovs and other useful items as I could without ever leaving the VANS line, for a total of over 10 hours of gameplay. Here's a quick summary of the things I did just to have a chance to pull this off. For one, I allowed myself any method of following the VANS line until this was complete, since it was, by definition, fixing the broken main quest. So as long as I was in the line, I was calling it fair game until this was fixed. The first thing I did was find Paul Pembroke and complete Diamond City Blues, betraying both him and Henry Cook to take all of the chems for myself, because I'm gonna need a lot of caps, and that was by far the quickest way to get them. To grind out the Molotovs, the best system I could come up with was using dog meat to get over to Myrna and Arturo in the Diamond City market to buy out their supply of Molotovs, usually a combined total of anywhere from 1 to 5, then have him take me over to the doctor where I could get a couple of stim packs, then have dog meat lead me over to a bench where I could wait for a few days, and rinse and repeat the cycle. It was very, very slow, and one of the more annoying and tedious things I've ever done in any challenge run. I grinded out 90 Molotovs this way, just to head to the Institute and immediately run into another issue.
The way it's looking right now is that I would have to heal limb damage every 2 Molotovs, which means I would need 45 stim packs. I currently have 9 stim packs because I didn't buy any for that purpose. It's like that crippled a limb from full limb health.
Unfortunately, not only does crippling a limb interrupt your stagger, but if it's a leg, it also prevents you from being staggered from then on, or at least prevents you from being staggered in a way where you actually move any amount of distance. Since I can't take adamantium skeleton, I have to rely on armor pieces to reduce the chance of my limbs getting crippled. And since I also can't take armorer, I have to buy the pieces with the best mods already on them.
We're doing something that I never do in runs because I think it's dumb. But I'm doing it anyway. Yes, we're water farming, okay? We're water farming. I hate it, and I've literally never done it in this freaking video game, but we are. When this is done, I am going to waste every single cap in my inventory, and I'm going to throw away every single purified water in my inventory, along with anything I'm about to purchase with it that is a holdover. Anything else that I have, the 90 Molotovs, fair game, all that kind of stuff. Anything from this point forward that I'm about to grind is going to be thrown in the trash after this. Because the thing is, my whole mentality this whole time has been, I will use what the line provides. The line is, I'm having to make it provide this, and so I'm going to throw it away after. We're gonna make enough caps to go buy 4 armor pieces, both arms and both legs, with the strengthened mod, which from what I can tell online, reduces your limb damage by about 20%. We just stay on the line and place as many of these as I can. You know, I started out systematic and then decided, no, we're way past that point, screw it. That's just what this run's turning into. 59 purified waters. Okay, purified water. Sell all of them. So I make some caps and some stim packs.
The best way I could figure out to do this was to head towards Covenant, which I had a quest for, and wait around for Lucas Miller to show up, get anything that he had in his inventory, wait around until it reset and he showed back up, and rinse and repeat until I had enough armor pieces that I thought my chances of getting crippled were at least on the slimmer side.
I need strengthened stuff. We have 1. That's 1 down, 3 to go. Left leg and right leg. And I have a right arm. Heck yes. So now we just need a left arm. Was it the left arm that I needed? Heck yes. I've never gotten so lucky in my life. Yes, we got all 4 pieces we need already. That's so incredible.
At this point, all that was left was running back over to Starlight, warping into the Institute, and then watching VANS aggressively explode herself over and over again while she desperately tries to pick up her son from soccer practice.
All right, 89 more. Whoopsies. Oh wait, sit in the chair. Oh, big. Heck yes, heck yes. Okay, hold on. Then I activate the terminal because I do want to do that now in case I need it for later. That's gotta be good enough.
I wondered.
We got it. First leg done. Ta-da! We have a line. We need to go that way now. But if you notice, I have 2 different quests that have markers in the Institute. Neither of them are doing anything because this game hates me. So guess what we're doing? We're Molotoving, baby! Gotta admit, this is going a lot better than I expected it to. Yeah, have some more faith in me. Whoopsies. Yes, we're in. Okay, that's the second leg done. You can believe it, it's still not the last one. We're right here though. No, it is the last one. We get a line. Also, I said I was giving myself a 20 Molotov buffer. I actually had it to the exact number. What the actual crap?
At least at the end of it all, not only did I get the sweet taste of victory, but we all collectively got to see the most rewarding prize available, a mother's love for her child.
Look who it is, we found Sean! Sean! I can't actually, wait, I can't walk towards him. So actually, I do need 1 more. Poor kid had to watch his mom die. There we go. Sean! It's him!
I'm your mom.
He's so excited! Okay, I'm here now. No,
It'll be okay, Sean. Mommy's here now.
Sean, it's okay! Who are you?
S9.
Don't talk to him! What'd you do to him? Wizard!
Disappointing.
Evil wizard!
The child
How
response
dare
is
you!
not-
Unfortunately, this maniac who has brainwashed Vanzessa's son to calling him father, which is just disgusting, refuses to give her son back to her until she helps him out with running his stupid little institute. So it was time to continue going undercover with the railroad until we could successfully save Sean.
So,
Shut up! Okay, so now I go to my aid and I have to sell all of my purified waters. I have to sell all of my stim packs, even though I have less than I started with. Beautiful! I now have nothing that I did not have when I started this.
Also, before we move on, let's go ahead and pop up that scorecard real quick. Yeah, that's going to need to come down. Listen, Vans, I started out on your side, but right now you're lucky I'm only docking you 1 letter grade at a time. Meeting the division leaders and Patriot wasn't too difficult before Matt Mercer sent me off to Cambridge Polymer Labs to go find a password and also do a bunch of other useless garbage. Something important to note here, now that I can warp into and out of the Institute at will, is that I'm only allowed to do so when the main quest is active and Vans is not showing me anywhere else to go. To not allow this would have really shoehorned the playthrough into one specific path, and I really didn't want to do that. Y'all, I'm not going to sugarcoat this part. The quest at the Cambridge Polymer Labs absolutely sucked. Regardless of what I did, whether it was to kill the attendant or go in like you were supposed to, setting the quest to the main quest or the little experiment quest, no matter what, the line just didn't point anywhere correct, and spent a good chunk of the time pointing me through walls and floors and ceilings that I just simply could not access.
Did it just teleport Dogmeat in there? So the game just assumes you're in there. Closes the doors and sends any companions in there too. Okay, so now we're gonna stand right here. We're gonna switch to this gun. Okay, so it locks that off. Begin decontamination sequence. That opened that door. I guess we're doing this now. So we should just be able to go get the darn code. So this quest is majorly broken, which I knew it was going to be. It's one of those quests that you're supposed to like roam around and figure stuff out for yourself, and Vans breaks in half for all of those. Means I gotta navigate this with just Dogmeat, which is awesome, because it wants me to go through that wall. Can I, however, put a ping there? Nope, we have to use the companion thing. That's crazy that I've had to use that for like half of the quests in the game. It's insane. It's insane how essential that is.
This one inevitably devolved into following Dogmeat around, and even a few times where I had to shove him through a hole in the floor just so that I could follow him down to a different level. That's how bad this one got.
There's a way up and over, I remember, through one of these freaking rooms, like in the walls or some crap. He should be able to get in there. I'm in his way. Oh, this sucks. The dialogue interface. The dialogue interface! Please, Dogmeat, just wander forward. No. Stay right there. Yes. He actually can figure this out pathing-wise? That's insane. Yeah, it's right in front of me. Okay, so we need to get Dogmeat to go down this hole. Dogmeat, I need you to go down the hole, bud. I need you to go down the hole, bud. I need you to go down the hole, bud. I'm just following the line. It's telling me to go to Dogmeat. Look, it wants me to. It wants me to. No! Can't do that. He is waiting right now. This is him supposedly waiting. Come on, Dogmeat. The dialogue interface popping up sucks so bad. No! I knew this quest was going to be a nightmare. I knew this quest was going to be a freaking nightmare. That's why I tried to skip it. Do not go past me. Do not go past me. But don't go up. Yeah, no! We're chatting. Line updated. I can push farther. Fall the hole, boy. Good boy! Now what happens? How did he get out? Isn't that the one that's like floating over the thing? This is shockingly very similar to what being a dog owner feels like. Oh, wait, what? I'm just an idiot, huh? Okay, well, I didn't realize we were at the wrong hole. I guess it's the next hole. Whoopsies. Didn't see any of that. Perfect. They put bones up here to lure Dogmeat. It's like, I can't tell Dogmeat to go over there, but I can tell him to take the bone. And he is going to get the bone. So now, here's a thought. Hey, Dogmeat.
Hey.
Don't you want that clipboard? Go get it. He got the clipboard. Good boy, Dogmeat. Good fetch. We just got to push him in that hole. Good. We just got to get him in the hole. Get him in the hole. Then all of our problems will be solved. Oh. Fall on the floor. Fall in the hole of me. The butt! Where did he go? All right, boy. Fall in the hole, but to the right this time. Please. Update. Yes! It told me to jump in! Let's go! Password for code defender. Yes! Let's go! Hole achieved! Okay. Out we go. Well, I guess we have to use this terminal, huh? And of course, it's trying to get me to go through the wall again. I think it's because this door is closed, it's screwing up the pathing. Oh no, it's because we're up on a balcony thing. No. So you do know. So you do know we're leaving this stupid, horrible Cambridge place. I'm out of here.
When I got back to the Institute to turn that quest in, I found out that just turning it in would soft lock me to standing around for 24 in-game hours without any ability to use the wait function. Thankfully, I could reload and wait just long enough before turning the quest in so that I only had to wait for 1 in-game hour, but holy crap, that's stupid.
So effectively what I'm trying to avoid is if I went and talked to Liam right now, the next thing on the quest would just say, wait a day, and then I wouldn't be able to move.
Before we can proceed, give Mr. Benet what he requested.
Well, the game decided to screw me over anyway. Here's where the tech comes in. Wait for 23 hours, then we get to Liam before 1 in-game hour passes, and then we just stand there and wait. So this should now have me go talk to Liam, but now in 1 in-game hour, it will re-ping him. Unfortunately, this guy's just gonna keep yapping at us the whole time we're here, so that part kind of sucks. But we're gonna stand here and stare at him, looking into his loving eyes. Musi 114. Heck yes, we got a line, let's go. These guys are actually very tough. Okay, well, he lost an arm, but it's still going, so that sucks for me. Okay, we got rid of one. That's good. We are burning through all of our bullets here of all places. That sucks.
After taking out a bunch of synth guards so that other synths could take their synth weapons to save synths in the upcoming synth revolution, I was headed off to Libertalia, which honestly, I have been terrified of this entire run.
What kind of build have you gone for? Well, see, funny thing about that. Vans? I went for the Vans build. Where's the Courser? Is he fighting the whatever that helicopter? Oh no, it's over this way. Okay, hold on. X688, I need you to get your crap together, my guy. You're not taking out a helicopter right now. Oh my gosh, he's actually gonna make me take out the freaking helicopter? No, dude! I need to go to Libertalia! Come on, man! No! Dang it! Stop! I want to do the quest! Alright, where's he at? We need to move from this spot. Okay, but you're just standing in irradiated waters. Cool, dude. Leaving me lots of great options here, man. Dude, what? I can't move from this spot! Oh, you suck, man! You want to get shot in the back of the head, you moron? I have no idea what this dude's health is at. I want to...
This as painful as possible.
Yeah, dude, you are making this as painful as possible. We could be halfway up the freaking Libertalia by now. Are you down? You're a Courser! That was a fight I was not expecting to have to undergo.
While it took an eternity to talk to X688 because he wanted to spend 12 years trying to hunt down every raider in the tri-state area that had nothing to do with Libertalia, eventually, once the quest actually started, the beginning of it at least went a lot better than I would have expected.
Alright, you know what? First attempt, let's just see what happens. You know, not the path I would have taken, Todd, but hey. You're the boss here. No! I've been hit by a bomb! I'm sure he'll miss eventually one of these times, right? Wait, I have to go under it? What? What is this path? You've been afraid to take me off of a literal road this entire time and you had me go under that rubble? Freaking why? I mean, I'm not actually complaining. That was a good call, honestly.
Never in a million years would I have dreamed it would have taken me a route that direct after everything I've seen in this run.
There is still a dude up here with a fat man who will not hesitate to kamikaze himself with it. That much I am very familiar with. Point proven, I think. Gosh, I mean, I can't make it up. Oh my gosh! Oh No! What am I supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? Maybe he'll miss. He missed! He missed! He missed! No, don't you dare! No! This is so freaking stupid. I hate it. No! I think we run straight up and just hope he shoots it at our face and misses. We just wait until he misses one of these again. This one could miss. Unless VATS, freaking VATS, breaks and kicks me out of it, makes me stand back up. Okay, hold on. Here's what we do. While the line is still here, we run and we turn back around. We just need to cripple something. No! The most recent suggestion was use VATS melee to close the distance. The nuke still works up close. I gotta get him to miss. Yeah, it's fine. I got this, y'all. I got this. Trust. No, hold on. Maybe I just actually dodge it. Maybe I just super lock in. Ooh, maybe I jump over it. That's the play. Maybe we jump over it. Take him out, take him out, take him out. Yes! I jumped over a nuke! I deserve this! I played freaking hopscotch jump rope with the freaking nuclear warhead! You can't touch me, guys! You don't know what you're dealing with!
Y'all, this run's had its ups and downs. Mostly downs, if we're being honest, but to be completely real with you here, playing jump rope with a mini nuke and living to tell about it is probably the singular coolest thing I have ever or will ever do in Fallout 4. And obviously, and for no discernible reason whatsoever, VANS immediately broke upon entering the interior of the ship at Libertalia. But thankfully, Dogmeat was there to help me get to the ladder to get back out to the top. Once warping the synth back home and then following the VANS line, which had no problem showing me out through that room back out to Libertalia, I was able to warp back over to the Institute to continue the quest. Then I was told about the battle for Bunker Hill, which I immediately told the Railroad about before running over to murder my Courser escort. Unfortunately for me and my desire to run straight past all of the fighting, VANS decided to run me straight through a locked gate.
Can't pick this.
What do you mean you can't pick this?
We need the key.
Oh, I'd need the key. Oh, obviously we'd need the key. You know the key. What the crap, Todd?
So I had to ping around a few different quests to get to the other side of Bunker Hill so that I could then run straight past the fighting and go straight for the cellar.
Excuse me, dude. I'm going to save the synths. I mean, I'm going to kidnap the synths, right, Institute?
Once in the cellar, I did have to fight some synths and Brotherhood soldiers, although that wasn't too terribly difficult considering everything we've been through so far, before telling all the synths they were saved and then just leaving.
They all died in that corner. Why did they all die in the corner? Come on, man. I want all their stuff, but the line has not provided it, and who am I to question the line's will? The line tells us how to beat the game. I can't just go grabbing stuff that I don't need. Todd said this is all I need to beat the game. What? I'm on your side!
I will give VANS credit here though. When you have to go meet with Father on the roof of the CIT ruins, I get lost running in circles around the rotunda for at least 10 minutes every time I try to do this. But with VANS, it did take me straight to him. So I'll give it some props there at least. You then have to sit through a directorate meeting, or rather stand through a directorate meeting exactly where VANS tells you to.
This is the lore accurate place. Todd says you stand here for the directorate. Just in case anyone was wondering where you're supposed to stand, Bethesda approved location. Right there.
While I aggressively attend the directorate meeting, let's go ahead and take another look at the grade. While things didn't go perfectly through Bunker Hill and Cambridge Polymer Labs was a hot mess, I do have to give credit where credit's due. Libertalia could have went a lot worse, and honestly, being able to just skip getting lost in the rotunda was pretty nice, so I'm gonna let it ride things out at a D for now. I'm not sure how long it'll stay there, but we're at least gonna let it simmer for a little bit longer. Unfortunately for me though, after that it was time to go with Allie Fillmore to Mass Fusion. And y'all, Mass Fusion is doo-doo garbage crap. For starters with Mass Fusion, you do have to get a password out of a desk in order to activate the terminal that I need to, unless you have a hack skill that I don't have. But unfortunately, VANS chooses not to tell you that it's in there. Thankfully, it does take you by the desk, and I know it's in there, so I could take it out of the desk on my way by, but it is another one of those head scratchers as to why on earth it wouldn't point to the desk.
Now, did the game actually tell you where to go there correctly? No, it did not. If you know where to go, can you technically get to it from the avenue the game sends you? Technically, sort of. Good enough, I guess?
Like, let's be real, trying to track down a key or terminal password for an area you need to get to is one of the more annoying bits of this game. The kind of thing that it would be really nice if you had a special little marker telling you where to go from the perk that you took to do exactly that. But hey, I guess that's asking too much. Regardless, that gave me access to the elevator ride, which was obviously terrible since I had to stand just barely in the door in full view of every single member of the Brotherhood that wanted to try and kill me that day.
I don't have enough stuff. This sucks. Whatever. God, just freaking... Oh, man.
Unfortunately, once getting to the stopping point on the elevator and taking out all of the Brotherhood soldiers there, VANS broke yet again. I was able to restore the power to it, but then couldn't get back on the elevator without having to use Dogmeat. But thankfully, Dogmeat is here for some reason, even though I'm not really sure canonically how he got here.
Dogmeat just showed up. That means we can reroute to him if we need to. Oh wait, also we have a path here. We don't have to stay in here in the elevator like a chump. We can just run. Come on, give me a path out. Give me a path. Reset. Since that is freaking broken, we're rerouting to Dogmeat. VANS breaking on a critical main quest. It's actually insane how all of the quests that it should definitively work on, it is completely borked. Okay, but we got a line down here now.
Thankfully, once hitting the ground floor, the quest marker did work again, but you'll never guess how it tells me to get the beryllium agitator.
So this is broken. We have to do it the Dogmeat way. Of course, I'll just walk through the window, Todd. Why didn't I think of that? Can you remember back in the days when I was hoping that there was a world in which I could not use the Overseer's Most Wanted quest in this run? You remember that naive me that thought that could be an option?
That's right, VANS thinks I can just phase through glass now, so that's cool. Also, while down here, I did use Dogmeat to reroute to grab one of the hazmat suits because trying to do this without it would be pointless and impossible.
Okay, the good thing is if I trigger any other quest, it'll have me run out. Y'all, we are going to heavily irradiate our dog, but if there's one thing Fallout's taught me, it's that dogs do shockingly well when it comes to radiation.
Also, when going into the reactor, VANS doesn't just magically start working again. No, I have to rely on Dogmeat for pretty much this entire thing, which unfortunately means he got cooked by radiation like 6 times because he kept running farther than I'd tell him to.
Stop walking into it, you idiot! Sorry, I know he's a dog, but holy crap, who set that up? We grab the thing, we generate the line, beautiful, we run away, Dogmeat, you beautiful boy.
Now, I knew Robo Hoedown was going to be a complete nightmare, so I did save a quantum for this specific purpose to allow me to just face tank most of the damage, and thank goodness it was a very good call to have done.
I have to just take it. How am I alive? How am I alive? Oh, yes. Heck yes, baby. All right, we saw the Assaultrons to deal with, but that is not bad at all. I mean, we did use almost everything in our inventory, but that's fine. As long as they both blast her, they aren't, they're turning. Yeah, no, this is a problem. We just gotta move. We just gotta move. All right, we can corner peek from here. That's something. One down, one down. Okay, I just run around the corner. I wait for her to come and then I run around the corner. Okay. Yes! All right, we're very low on resources now.
After making it through there's a couple of errands you have to run for Father that are usually pretty easy, but since the Minutemen are non-existent in this playthrough, there were gunners outside of the Grey Garden house with the scientist in the closet, and man, they were just not really wanting to give me an easy time of it.
I thought the Deliverer was one of my better weapons, but I apparently, for one, I can't tell what I'm aiming at, and for two, it doesn't seem to be doing much damage, so change of tactics. Ready for this? I'm just gonna go ahead and increase the death counter now. That's not the play. I can't see anything. It's so freaking dark, and they're using freaking energy weapons. I can't see. Well, that's dumb. That's freaking stupid. That's ridiculous. Mid-air Molotov collision? I mean, come on. What? Who's making... I couldn't make this crap up. What the crap? They're just hiding in the I got bush camped by a gunner. That's stupid. Okay, so that time it just worked. It just works.
After grabbing Closet Scientist, boosting Diamond City's radio waves, and giving a message of death to the Commonwealth, all things that went almost exactly how they normally do without Vance affecting it positively or negatively, I was off to start up the reactor in the Institute. Something that should have been completely trivial.
Okay, so we got to figure out how to get over there. We're going to go back, and I'm going to try and find a better way to approach this. Let's try local map ping. Okay, hold up. We have movement. It's just trying to get us on the wrong floor. Okay, y'all, lock in.
Yep, elevation strikes again, but our old pals Bucket and Molotov came to the rescue.
I have an idea. It's a dumb idea, but I have an idea. This is going to work.
Enjoy your trip to the big city. It's done then.
You just say out loud that it's going to work, and it does. Is the line? I don't think the line goes any farther than here, but we can do this with 3 Molotovs. I can't reach still, but yeah! Look at that! Reactor activated. And now I can get out of here. Heck yes! Bucket strats! Bucket strats!
I was then informed that the railroad was about to be under attack by the worst faction in any video game in human history, so I headed off down there to save their lives. And thankfully, right before the siege began, they gave me a railway rifle, which will kind of carry me through the rest of this run, if I'm being honest.
What? What are you talking about? Jesus.
Oh, I pinned his head to the wall!
Jesus.
That's horrifying! She took his minigun! Hey, look who got the minigun back! Listen, I'm sorry to say, I'm really sorry to say, it's what she gets. I'm sorry. I obviously needed that more than her, and she went and died with it anyway. Like, you know, what can I say? You know?
I'll clear the catacombs.
Do it.
Do it!
Promise me.
Screw you, punk. Dude's invincible. Those are square to the face. All right, new plan. Terrible, terrible plan.
For Elder.
I'm sorry, if somebody's shooting rail spikes into my face and I'm holding a gun pointing it at them, I don't think I'm gonna keep just elbow checking them over and over. I think I might fire my weapon into their face. What the crap was that sequence?
With that done, all that's left is the final 2 quests, the Assault on the Brotherhood and the Assault on the Institute. So let's go ahead and take another look at that grade, shall we? And if you can believe it, it's going down again. Because guess what, Vans? You're on thin ice at this point. That crap with the reactor? Yeah, I ain't got patience for that anymore. Next on the agenda was heading over to Cambridge to hijack a vertibird from a police station filled with Brotherhood soldiers. And as horrible as that sounds, it was. Yeah, no, it sucked.
Oh wait, is my marker Tom? Deacon? Huh? Guess we're going around to the other side of the station. What the crap, why?
The main issue was that Vans took me through this weird side gate where I had no vantage point on hitting anyone, but was very visible to like everyone all at once.
What? What? Okay, if you corner peek and go to throw a frag, it uncorner peeks you. I just need to damage something. What the crap did that hit? Well, they don't want me to be able to take it with any sort of strategy. I mean, I'm standing here in the middle of a firing squad. What is my tactic? You know what I mean? What is my tactic here? Why is it taking me in this from the stupidest, least tactical, least advantageous possible angle? We gotta try it once. We gotta try one, what just happens if we follow the line aggressively and ignore everything else? Is a run about following a line? Let's follow the line. Where is the line? It's telling me to clear the location so there isn't one, right? I mean, no. Okay, so there is no line inside. Can't see jack because that doesn't stay on. I'm losing it. I'm losing it a little bit. Wonder if I'm shooting anything. Tom, you freaking idiot! Don't walk in front of me and go, youch! I like, ding. Oh, come on, it's one of these. There. Heck yes. Look out, dude. I can come around the corner now. Y'all sitting here fighting in cover like with tactics or some crap. Nobody gonna die that way, and I need everyone to die. You, me, Deacon, Tom, everybody needs to die. What's my health at? 4! 4, yes, 4. Exactly to plan. I'm out of ways to heal myself, and we haven't made it onto the Pridwin yet. I realize what I forgot to do. I have 5 stim packs. It would take all of them to fully heal me. Oof! Now where's it taking me? Oh, the one dude who's in like the garage. Deacon, stop! Let me by! Oh my gosh, what the actual guys. Get out of here, Tom! Dang, dude, take a hint. Sorry? What is this crap? Where's this pointing me to? Defend the vertibird. What do you mean? I can't... This stupid perk.
To give credit to Vans though, after clearing everybody out, I normally stand on the roof and hide behind something while shooting at the incoming vertibirds, but Vans told me to just hop straight on the one I'm planning to use to leave. And naturally, I listened, and I never realized how easy this part could go.
I've never done this from the vertibird before. I have a feeling they're gonna come up from behind me and just kill me. No, sir. Goodbye. No, ma'am. Why don't I always do it like this? Am I stupid or something?
Headshot. Receiving end.
Also, Tika just said headshot receiving end, which is like the craziest, most like nonchalant way to say someone just shot me in the face. Don't you crash into me. That was it? I've been playing this wrong my entire life. For what, 10 freaking years now I've been doing this quest wrong. Oh, shoot.
I don't know why I've never thought to use the infinite minigun for that little bit of the quest, but it made it 10 times easier. So I'll credit Vans with that one. I'm sure it won't get too many more moral victories before this is over.
Here we go, everybody. We have to go the path that takes us, which means we're about to have to talk to Quinlan. Off we go. What? He didn't talk to me. He didn't talk to me. Go, go, go! Before he notices he didn't talk to me.
One down.
Planted. No, no, no. Give me. Yes, 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 yes. Come on, come on, come on. Planted, planted. Next, next, next. Do I just run by? Do I just run by? Quinlan didn't talk to me. Quinlan always talks to me. I'm just running by. Don't tell me what to do. No. Planted. Switch, switch. Go, 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 go. Screw it. I'm running. Go, 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 go. Come on, please, 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 please. Firing squad as soon as this loads in. Guess what, though? I'm sitting on quantums for a reason and a jet. Ah! Load in! Go! Go now! Please, 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 please. Now I just need the vertibird to not get shot down like it always does. Get in there! Go! Go! Die! Die and stop shooting down my vertibird! No, dog meat! The entire world just decided to show me I'm a terrible dog owner. I'm so sorry. Tom, stop making laps, you moron. Anytime I like go out in this quest, I die because Tom makes like 4 freaking laps because he's stupid. Why are we still near it? Please, please, just leave, dude. Yes, where is it? Yes, yes. Burn and fall to the ground like you belong! Oh, after all this, I'll take an easy quest. I will take an easy quest every day of the week. That was the most pathetic graphical explosion I've ever seen, but I still feel immensely satisfied. You left dog meat to die on the ship. No, no, no. He's right here. That was somebody else's dog. That was somebody else's dog. Dog meat has been here the entire time. Now, unfortunately, as much as I would love to just stay on the vertibird and go back to Railroad HQ, they do make you get off and then just leave you out here stranded. This time, dog meat left me because he just went with them. By the way, we're just going to take him right on back to HQ without you.
Having witnessed Fallout 4's most beautiful sight, there was only one quest remaining, and this is literally the final quest of the game. Vans is bound to work here. Right? Right?
I forgot I was wearing that. Why does that outfit look like a full body wedgie? What a great way to classify everything the Brotherhood wears. I think that's a good way to just sum up the Brotherhood as a faction. Brotherhood of Steel, full body wedgie. Oh gosh, is the line here, but I just can't see it. All right, there's line. Is it telling me to get on this? Is that what it looks like to y'all? It's definitely telling me to get on the elevator, right? You can't see the freaking line in the Institute, and I hate it.
Keep in mind that I modded the asset for the VANS line to make it 2 to 3 times more visible for the sake of this run. So could someone please explain to me why it's practically completely transparent everywhere in the Institute? Like, what the crap?
The fact that it just stays in the sights is crazy. Y'all, this is by far the coolest gun in this game, and I will hear no evidence to the contrary. Oh no! Ah! Dez, there's somebody right over your shoulder! I missed 100% of what you were telling me to do just now. There was something much more interesting in front of me. You're kidding me. Oh, no, it's just a loading cell issue. It's fine. Okay. Well, I mean, okay, that is definitively, I can drop off that. But you know what's funnier? Oh, never mind. What am I thinking? Don't ask me, because I couldn't tell you. Not a freaking clue. For once, as accurate as possible, it just works. Hey guys, can we maybe not just stand there doing nothing? Can we maybe not leave it all to the one railroad agent who actually gets crap done? Oh, you came alive, did you, when you got shot in the head? Nope, nope. Believe it or not, Fallout, that's not the guy I was worried about right about now. All right, dude, listen. You obviously have a death wish. I don't know what you want from me. That is a death wish if I've ever freaking seen one. Okay. That's one way to go about it, I guess. As long as I can make out where the line is, I'm gonna follow it. Do 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 do. Crap, I forgot you have to clear this room. Hey, y'all remember this hallway? The game works this time going down it. Listen, I'm just telling y'all right now, if Vans never tells me to talk to him, I'm just walking away. What can I say? We follow the line. See you later, traitor. If only there was something we could do about it, but we can't. One of these days, I will get a satisfying end.
Well, things started out smooth enough, but as I'm sure you're aware, that couldn't have lasted forever.
What is this? What is this? Why is it broken? No, not this far! Reach the reactor. Do you not want to tell me how to do that? Please, I have one ace in the hole, and I need it to work. What the crap? What the crap? Oh, wait. Hold on. We got something. We can get at least this. Oh, right, because the reactor's bugged. It's like an elevation thing that's freaking it out. I just need to move far enough forward so I can kill this thing, and then I can figure it out.
For some reason, the game decided to remove my map ping right as I entered a tunnel with a gradually increasing slope. You know, that thing that breaks the local map pings that I use to sidestep issues like this when they arise. Awesome.
Hold on. We might be able to. Okay. That's clipped into the floor, though. That has me nervous. Hold up. Maybe I just hug the wall? Hug the wall. The answer is to hug the wall. I love you, beautiful wall. I'll hug you all day. No, it stopped working.
Y'all, I battled this for quite a while before I realized that it just wasn't going to happen. And as a reminder, I can't get Dogmeat into the Institute. The game just doesn't warp him in here with me. However, this is the one rare occasion where you can get a companion in the Institute, because each faction has their own default companion that can join you for the siege. So it's time to go get Deacon, I guess. And yes, this means I have to run all the way up to Sanctuary to track him with the Overseer's Most Wanted before restarting the siege on the Institute from scratch. Thank you for asking.
That's him, isn't it? Yes! Get over here, Deacon! I just need to make sure he stays with me, and I think I can make this work. All right, well, this just kind of broke in our favor before. I'm gonna quick save, and I'm gonna quick load for no reason at all. Oh, look at that. I'm on the floor, and the line's working. Just had a hunch. All right. Hey, Deacon, Need your help with this one, bud.
Head over there.
I'll get her done.
All right, Deacon. I'm banking on you, man. You are my last shot here.
No can do.
No can do, huh? How about now? Can you do it now? Please, just work. Just work. Just work. Just work. He's right there. Yes!
After fighting my way through the Institute for a second time, when getting to that same hallway, I could just tell Deacon to keep walking forward and follow him the way I have been with dog meat for this entire run. Was it ideal? No. Did it work? Yes. My plan from here was to do what I always do here, which is to chug a quantum and run straight at the agitator to plant the charge and get warped out, but obviously, Vans had other plans.
Will the quest work now? The quest is actually just completely bugged. Vans just does not work in this room at all for the actual quest ping. Here you go, Deacon. Have a stim pack, my guy. I've got extras somehow. Okay, will the quest work now that everything's dead, maybe? Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't it be cool if the quest worked now? Wouldn't it? Whoa, I just realized this guy is very broken. That's some New Vegas physics right there. That's bonkers. Good. Oh, good. Yes, open it for me, please. The line won't go past the spot, will it? Well, we are on our own here. There's only one option left to do.
You know, honestly, at this point, if the run had ended any other way besides me touchdown spiking Molotovs into my own feet, I think I would have just been disappointed.
Oh, come on. That's bound to be close enough. Come on, it's right there! That was a good move. Oh, it went on! It went on in third person! Yes! That was so stupid and dumb and awful! Where's my son? Darn it, I need to pick him up from practice! It's him!
After all of this time and effort, and fire and crippled legs and unintentionally saving like 24 cents, Vanzessa was finally able to get what she had came here for. Sean was ready to be picked up from school and they could get back on with their lives.
They tried to lie to me and tell me he was a synth. No synth can have my beautiful harmonics.
After warping to the top of Mass Fusion, Vanzessa hit the button to blow up the Institute to get revenge for what they had done to her son, and I was able to answer the question that no, you absolutely cannot beat Fallout 4 without ever leaving the Vans line. And I don't know why I thought there was a chance that I ever could. And I can finally give Vans the final grade it deserves and answer the question of if it's truly the worst perk in Fallout 4 or not. And yeah, obviously it is. This perk is terrible. It doesn't accomplish anything it set out to do. It's so bad that in a DLC, Bethesda felt like they needed to give it a second rank that effectively refunded the points you spent on it. It's terrible. Never take this perk for any reason, ever, please. But that's all I've got for this one, so I just wanted to quickly say thank you so much for making it to the end of this video, because I'm pretty sure Bethesda took a small piece of my soul while making it. And also, as always, a huge thank you to all of my channel members for continuing to support whatever the crap this just was. I do really appreciate it, and I've got a lot of projects coming up that I'm really, really excited to share with you. But until next time, as always, I'm Magoo. Peace and out. Later.